When you see officers make those attempts to use the lowest level of force, which is I'm going to use my hands, I'm going to place my hands on you to get you in control, that in the broader sense, that's a good sign versus what we were seeing years ago, especially when the taser first came out, where officers were very quick to go to that taser. And the reason being is we thought it was a non-deadly tool. Okay, well, that's not the case. We found out quickly that people were dying and that incidents were happening all across the U.S., and it's not a non-deadly tool. It's a less lethal tool. You know, we don't expect it to kill someone, but it can kill someone. So when you draw that taser and you use that taser, you really better be thinking about the repercussions to that. Again, it comes back to, as we talked about in the decision-making model, you know, what is your action as a police officer and your use of force in proportion to the incident that you're dealing with. So obviously if you're in a violent crime situation, your use of force may be very different than some 16-year-old that just tagged the street sign and is running away from you. Is that the place you deploy a taser and try to hit them in the back with it as they're running away? No, it's not.
And this is important. So this is the kind of recommendation we made on your ECW. This comes from the work and research we've done. Personnel should use an ECW for one standard cycle, 5 seconds, and then evaluate the situation to determine if subsequent cycles are necessary. Personnel should consider that exposure to the ECW for longer than 15 seconds, whether due to multiple applications or continuous cycling, may increase the risk of death or serious injury. So we think these are significant weapons, but you should have them, because if you took them away from your department for some reason, you would see your officer-involved shootings would go up.
So we did address some of those recommendations here. So when you see that, you know, using your hands, that's not a bad sign.
So while we're hard on them, it's important to have them. They're an important tool for any police department to have. We think it's important to notify your hospital people after you use an ECW, because sometimes what happens is they're used and then someone might have a medical emergency. So it's always important to have hospital people evaluate it.